Yes, I was just thinking when we were talking about what's for dinner, maybe some of you have appetizers for dinner. We do sometimes, right? So I'm going to make a really, really quick and easy dip. And the star of this show, well, I have two stars, but this one is my kitchen favorite. This is our Supersonic chopper. This will chop anything from onions. That's a favorite because no more tears with this. Onions, veggies. You can chop nuts. You can take the blade out and put the beater in and do cake mixes and beat up your egg whites and make brownies and make smoothies and anything that you can possibly imagine. So dips go in here really, really simple. Now, before I take it apart and show you, this is the infuser. If you can see, it's kind of hard to see on camera, but it is marked and it is measured a half a cup. So if you're making something where you have to infuse the liquid like pesto or salad dressings where you have to infuse a liquid like oil, you can pour this in however much you need and it locks. So you can go ahead and mix up whatever you're mixing, chop your nuts and your herbs. And when you're ready to infuse that liquid, you just turn it and it dribbles in. So it's kind of like your third arm with this. So that is a really cool feature on this. Like I said, it's got a beater and you don't need any electricity with this. This is the blade. This is the blade cover. Now, I've been in Tupperware 8 years, and I've had a few customers over the years buy this chopper and then call me and say, Lori, my chopper doesn't work. It doesn't chop. You have to take off the blade protector because if you don't take the blade protector off, the blade can't chop. All right. And this is to keep the blade sharp and to keep your fingers safe. All right. Because these blades are stainless steel and very, very, very sharp. There are 3 of them. And the one tip that I can give you about this, don't ever take this blade when you're done with it and put it into your sink to wash because you're going to forget with things going on and people over, the kids over. And if you have soapy water, that's even worse because you're going to reach in to grab whatever's in the bottom and you're going to cut yourself on this. And that's going to take you to the doctor or to the ER, and you don't want to do that. So what a good rule of thumb is when you are done chopping, what I do is I take the blade and I set it back into here, even though it's dirty. I set it back into here and then I wash both. All right. So don't ever leave your blade in the sink. That is golden rule number 1. Okay. So I am making pickle dip. Now, if you love pickles, you're going to love this. If you don't like pickles, your guests and your family will love it. But it's a really easy, simple recipe. This has a little prong on the bottom and this has a little hole. So the blade sits really nicely in there. If you want to put the chopping or the whipping utensil in there, that sits really nice too. All right. So you put your blade in and you just put the top on. All right. And this pulls just like a lawnmower. So your kids would love to do this. You can take this camping. You can take this on the boat. You can use this blade and use frozen fruit and add tequila and you can make your own margaritas, right? We don't chop ice with this. That's the only thing we don't chop. But you can take this anywhere. You don't have to plug this in. All right. So I have my Piccadilly. Does anybody remember the Piccadilly? We have 2 of these. One has sandwich slices in it right now, but these have the full round tiny pickles in them, right? So I come home from the store and I put my pickles in here. I probably have 3 or 4 different types of pickles. Not bread and butter. We don't like bread and butter in our house. We just like dill. Well, my husband likes bread and butter, but so we get dill. He gets bread and butter every once in a while. So the Piccadilly is really cool because I just put, oh gosh, I don't know, 10 pickles in there and my hands are clean and the juice is down at the bottom. Now we're going to use some of the juice to thin this out. I will post a recipe, but the recipe says that you can thin it with sour cream, and I don't want to do that. I'm just going to thin it with pickle juice. All right. So you're going to see how amazing this chops. So I have my pickles in there. And oh, one other thing, it has a rubber stopper on the bottom, a rubber ring. So it holds to your counter and you're not chasing it all over the counter. All right. You can control the consistency with this. So it's great if you're making salsa. If you like it thick or you like it thin, you decide. It's not like it's an electric mixer and you put it in and in 3 seconds you have soup. Here you can control the consistency. You have to pull it all the way out. You see it wasn't hard. I don't have superhuman strength. I just pulled it 5 times and you're going to see with 5 times how chopped that is. Look at that. Imagine what it does to onions and to celery and to carrots and everything else that you do. So I am going to add a few more. This is a new jar of pickles. I forgot what this was. So I'm going to add 2 more. I will put this into my Piccadilly. So you can decide how many pickles you want to use. I like a lot of pickles. So there we go. We got all our pickles in there. Then this is, I doubled this. So I put 2 bricks of cream cheese and I put them in a bowl and I let them soften. I like not to fight with my dips, to mix up cream cheese that is too hard. So I like it soft. So we're just gonna put that in around this and we're gonna mix it up. And that is basically it. We have tons and tons of recipes. If you're a guest, ask your Tupperware consultant to share some recipes, or our customer group to find out all the different cool things you can do with this Supersonic. Okay. And this, I should have showed you before I put it in the cream cheese. This is our saucy spatula. Okay. So got my microfiber towel. If I wasn't on camera, I would lick my fingers. You probably almost saw me do that because if I was cooking for my family, that's what I would do. So I'm going to pull it. Now it's a little harder, but I can still pull it. So this mixes really well. Okay. So just with that, without grabbing the side, we see I have some on the side, but it's mixing it up. So I'm going to add some pickle juice. And you just can keep adding pickle juice until it is your desired consistency. Because remember, I said you can control how thin or thick you want anything that you make in here. I like to make salsa. So there we go. I think this is a good consistency. And that's it. That is all that you have to do with this. Okay. I'm going to take the blade out. And I'm just going to set the blade aside right here. Okay. And the other thing that I wanted to show you, you could put it in a bowl. You can eat it right out of here, right? We like to eat it with tortilla chips. So this is our modular mate. This is one of our modular mate, one of our organization systems. I keep my tortillas in a rack 4. I just have to look. Even after 8 years, I have to look at the number on the bottom. But also quickly, what I wanted to show you, this is our chip and dip. So this is the best entertaining piece, and you can grab this right now. This is on sale, saving 30% through tomorrow. This is not the color. This is one of the 3 that I have at my house. Yes, I have 3, because if I'm entertaining, I can use it for 3 different things. Okay, that's how much I love this chip and dip. So It's just a cover. It's not a seal. In Tupperware, our seals are airtight, liquid tight. This is just a cover. So if you're have stuff in here and you're in the car and your husband slams on the brakes, you are going to spill whatever is in here. All right. It's going to be a big mess. So remember, it's a cover. So it's scalloped, and then it's got 3 dividing compartments on the cover. If you're just serving, say, chips and dip, and you're serving nothing else, you can put this under the bowl for a really pretty pedestal. So it looks nice, and you keep track of your seal. No one will throw your cover. No one will throw your cover away. I mean, this is pretty big for someone to throw away, but you can keep it together by putting it underneath. It comes with 2 microwavable bowls that have little hooks on the side, right? And what that allows you to do is to hook it on the side of the bowl like that. So it hooks on the inside, or you can take this and you can hook it on the outside, right? They're microwavable without the little seal. So you can put your chips in here. I can put my tortilla chips in here. I can put my dip in here, and I can put salsa in here, right? I can double duty with the tortilla chips. You can use this, and you could do cheese and crackers, or if you have, say, a ranch dip, or even this pickle dip, you can cut up your veggies, right? Slice your veggies, and you can do 3 different types of veggies. You can do cheese and crackers on this. All right. So this is a multi-purpose product, and it's great for entertaining. Other ideas that you can use for this, you can make this your cold source. All right. Without these bowls, you can put the cover on this and put some water in here and freeze it, right? The cover is liquid tight. Set it down in there. That is your cold source. And you can fill this up with macaroni salad for your picnics, or potato salad for your picnics. You can fill this whole bowl with ice. It could be a tabletop cooler. So you can put 6 bottles of wine in there. You can put pop for the kids, juice boxes. You could do beers. You could do anything that you want in this cooler. All right. Or fill it up with fill it up with ice. I'm sorry. And set the cover on it like this. And that's your cold source. You can do a charcuterie board. You could do shrimp, and you can put shrimp sauce in here, cocktail sauce, I think it's called. You can make this bowl your cold source, right? You could do, what else have I used this for? Salad. You could put salad in here. You could put toppings on this. You could put toppings in here. You could put dressing in here. So think outside the box with this. It's not just for chips and dip, but when you have chips and dip, like this pickle dip, it's really, really good. Someone said they didn't realize how big this is. It is really big. I think we measured it yesterday, and it was 5 to 6 inches deep. And these compartments, I mean, look that's my finger. That's how deep they are. So pictures really don't do this justice. So I'm glad you got to see this. Order more than one. Great housewarming gift, great Christmas gift. If you do a hope chest for your kids or your grandkids, they need one of these. And right now it comes in like a salmon-y red color. Okay. But this is the chip and dip, saving 30% by tomorrow at midnight. So I'm going to put my dip in here, and I'm going to put my chips in here, and I'm going to sit down and finish watching the show. So thanks for joining me, you guys. Have a great night.